Hey guys, how's it going? Octopus here and welcome back to Union Cross. Coco medals are out and I was really excited to see this because I really enjoyed the Coco movie. The Remember Me song got to me really hard, especially when, I can't really say spoilers, but it really got to me because you guys know I have a baby girl, Penelope, so when I heard that I was like, oh my god. So I was a little crybaby when it came to that part. I really enjoyed that movie, guys. If you haven't seen it, definitely go watch it. But when it came to Union Cross and this whole event collaboration thing, I was kind of disappointed with the medals we could get from this. Besides the VIP medal, the other medals weren't that great. They were nice. Medals look awesome. Miguel, Hector, all that looked great. It's just that the medals only have certain places where they'll be valuable. Besides that, we'll never see the sun. If you guys are wondering about the VIP, I ain't going to be purchasing VIP until we get a response or I see where the game is going. If the game improves, then I'll continue to put VIP in there. I'm not trying to do this to sabotage them or destroy the game because I really care about the game. I enjoyed it. That's why I've been playing it for the past 2 years since release, and I've been making all these guides and videos to help you guys out. I don't want to see the game go down, but at the same time, I don't want to blindly put my money into something that is a sinking ship. So if I see improvement, if the game gets better, then yes, I will continue to buy VIPs where I see fit. Not every week because I can't afford that, but if I ever see something that I'm interested in, then I'll definitely support them as long as they show they care. That's what's important. I want to see response. So until that happens, sadly, I won't be doing any medal spotlights on any of the VIPs. The last one I did get was the Invisible. There will be a medal spotlight on that because I'm waiting for this VIP, not this VIP, this PvP week to end. For now, let's jump in and talk about Coco medals because that's what we're here for, and that's probably what the thumbnail and the title of this video is showing. So, Coco medals, starting off with Miguel here. Miguel with this awesome guitar. Basically, all 5 of these quests are pretty straightforward. Free to play can do this very easily. If you have some Prime medals with you, do that. If you don't, rely on your pet medal, copying Warrior of Light, Terra, Alexius, especially Alexius with extra attacks, because these enemies do have counters on their heads. All that's important is that you get a medal that raises enemy counters, specifically Kairi. If you're having issues on either the reverse or the uprights, basically triple cast your Kairi or Xion. You could use a Kairi here instead. Same thing with the other one. You can use a Xion as long as you have 5, including the pet slot, reverse or upright. As you guys can see, I'm using tier 3s, just copying the tier 3s, just copying my buff medals, and then copying one of my friend medals. Friend medals are basically going to carry you guys. That's how it is. HP recovery, second chance. You have 3 turns to take these guys out. Not too hard. And you get a total of 10 Miguels. Now, Miguels are in the Coco quest. You got Expert, which I just completed, and I think there's another 10 in here, maybe 7. I haven't completed, but there is 10 quests, and I see 1 Miguel for the first one, so I'm thinking there should be 10. So 20 Miguels is pretty awesome. If it's not 20, then it's probably 17. Since there's 17 copies, or even if there wasn't, remember high score challenges from VIP to the one in Union Cross to this medal that's in an event. Keep some of them separate just in case they're percentages in a high score challenge. You never know. And since there's so many copies of Miguel, try to make 2 copies of him, one with different traits. Because I believe as a tier 3, he only has 1 trait slot. I'm not sure if he gets more trait slots if he becomes a tier, a 7-star, but if he does get extra trait slots, then you have other options. But pretty much Miguel here, he wants extra attack. If he doesn't get extra attack, get that +2 gauges, get that 800 HP, all for utility, but you're aiming for extra attack on this medal. Same thing with Jesse up there if I never really talked about it. For the second medal is Miguel and Hector. Almost forgetting these names here. Really good movie though. You guys should definitely check it out. But the issue with this one is that Miguel and Hector takes a lot of coins. Specifically over 100,000, which is a lot of bonus hours. So there's 50,000 there, 50,000 there, 10,000 there, 5,000, and 1,000. I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if we get 7 copies of this medal. Correct me if I'm wrong in it, but I haven't completed it. But I think when you complete the board, you might get 2 more as completing the board or something like that. But there should be a total of 7 copies somewhere. I don't know if they didn't skip on that because I haven't done it because I need so many coins and I got to get on that. This is the last week, by the way, to get that. Same thing with this medal. It's a tier 3, so you definitely want to get that extra attack in there for its utility. So let me bring up the cookstracker.com and let's talk about these medals in a little more detail. All right, so you guys can see right here, Miguel's getting a multiplier at 7-star. Bronze tickets, everyone can make this a 7-star, so you might as well. 19 multiplier is not crazy. It's not as good as 6-star medals, but it's not bad damage. I definitely wouldn't put attack boost on here. These medals definitely want to have something like a defense boost or a second chance, and that's about it. Nothing else will sit on these guys. If anything, just keep them naked. They don't need any skill on them. But as a 7-star, 19 multiplier, pretty interesting. If you have some boost on him, he gets a little bit higher, especially with other medals that increase guillotine. So he will do some damage. It's just that he's below 6 stars. The great thing about these medals, they're tier 3s. So like I said, only certain situations, tier 3s and random. So proud mode, right there, 2 conditions, being a tier 3 and being random. If you guys extra attack, that's 6 gauge restore and restoring your HP. If you're new to the game and you don't have a Kairi or Xion, having this medal along with the Prime Young Xehanort, you will have a way to restore your gauges, because Prime Young Xehanort will be 1 copy that again, you have times 7 strength, times 7 general defense down, but you have no way to restore your gauges. So you'll do that, and then Miguel here will restore your gauges, and then you go into 3 attack medals. So that's basically how you're going to set up your Keyblade if you're very new to the game. Besides that, a lot of situations you don't need to restore gauges, but if you do, 3 gauges and restoring HP will help you if you don't have Kairi or Xion, and all that other good stuff. So that's a good way. And like I said, he's going to be really good for Proud Mode and for Fill Cups, Tier 3 or lower challenges and stuff like that. Same thing with Miguel and Hector here. If my internet wants to load. Of course you don't. Of course, why wouldn't you? Alright, there we go. Miguel and Hector. Basically, again, random, tier 3, only good for the Proud Mode and the tier 3 or lower challenge. Besides that, 19 multiplier, nothing to go home about, to write home about. And 1 turn PSM defense by 1. Turlin's kind of dead. Turlin hasn't worked for a while now, especially on the Sykes organization event, which was pretty sad to see because we just got Zexium Plus, which had pure defense boost and all that, and lowering the enemies and all that. But for some reason, it doesn't want to work anymore. So I don't know where his value is when it comes to that. There might be some places. Again, extra attack will give you 2 attribute defense up. There's not much medals in the game that do that beside the Zexium medals, the HPO, all those old medals that we don't have anymore for defense up, our defensive medals. So it was nice to see. Another good thing about these medals was 1 hit. So if you do go into quests with enemies with blue counters, it only has 1 hit while giving you utility. So that's a good thing to see. But the Miguel and Hector, nothing really special here, guys. It's kind of hard to say with Turling not working anymore. So these are going to be very, very specific where you get them. Sad. They're great looking medals. I love the movie. It would have been great if these were like a weak version of Prime medals, tier 4 Prime medals. They didn't have to have all the utility, but they could have gave us a strength of like 30 or something. So we can at least use them as damage dealers. That would have been great instead of this weird utility stuff. Definitely Miguel has a place in some people's Keyblade setups. All depends what you guys have. Now, for the big supreme and important medal, guys, Miguel and Dante, obviously the best one behind a VIP wall for some reason. The most unique, incredible thing here is the enemy counter plus 6. And like I always say, VIP is early access to what's to come in the future. This is not going to be the only way we can get enemy counters plus up. They have to release this for everyone, especially free to play. It cannot be behind a paywall or you just destroy your game. Now I know you guys are going to be like, they dumb stuff like that. I know. I'm just kind of saying it makes sense, and it's always been like that. VIP has always been early access to what's to come in draws. So if you can't get this now, it definitely looks tempting because Sykes Plus. It looks tempting because of a lot of quests. Any quest that has enemy counters on this looks very tempting. It looked even more tempting before Leah and Isa came out, or sorry, Lee and Isa, because of the upgrade defense down by 7. But if we really look at the new Lee and Isa medal, the Prime medal, I don't know why it's not here, right there, it now has that upgrade defense down by 7. So Miguel and Dante don't really look unique as they did before. When it comes to attribute defense down, every medal, Prime medals, tier 4s, and so on, all take care of themselves for attribute defense down, so we don't have to worry about that. A mixture of copying your Buzz or copying your Woody or Key Art 17, you copy them once and boom, you have everything that you need in one medal except for general strength. So you really don't need to look at this medal for these 2 things because this is pretty much on Lee and Isa. I would pull once for Lee and Isa to get that upright defense down instead of paying money for that. The only thing you're really paying for is that enemy counter plus 6, and I do really believe that's going to be in future medals. It's just the early access to what's to come. That's all you got to remember. Great looking medal. Wish I was going to get it, but I'm not. So goodbye. If you guys want to get traits on this, which you are going to because you're going to get a bunch of trait rolls on it, definitely try to go for that extra attack because enemy counter plus 12 will be insane, and then go for some gauges and stuff like that because this medal is very weak, 5.51, and nobody should be making this into a 7-star. That 31 multiplier is the same strength as a Buzz and a Woody and a KR17. 31.92. All right. That medal is not strong at all, especially when you compare it to stuff like Saix 7-star, 50 multiplier. When you compare it to the Invisible 7-star, 50 multiplier. You look at the 7-star version of this medal, 31. Don't waste your level A fairies. Do not. It's your game. Do what you want. But if you want to really short yourself on damage, then go ahead. Basically, he's only good for that enemy counters. Get that extra attack. Get that 800 HP. Get those gauges. Don't put anything like negative 60s on him or plus 1000 strength. He's utility. Definitely keep it to utility wise. And as for a skill, again, second chance or defense boost because he's not an attacker. So no attack boost insight for this guy. You could put something like, no, even the paralysis and all that in triple threat, don't. You can keep them naked, like I said before. So that is pretty much the Coco medals. Coco medals, kind of disappointing, especially one of the unique ones being behind VIP. That would have helped a lot of free-to-play players beat Saix Plus. Huge shout out to the Erroneous one. Most of you guys should know who he is. He posted a video showing using this medal on his Keyblade setup. If you guys can copy that setup and you want to be able to pass Saix Plus, then you go check out Erroneous one's video on this. I'm going to leave a link in the description. And basically, you can do it with this medal, but you got to think about this before you do that. Are you spending money just to collect maybe 500 jewels, maybe 1,000 jewels? It's not really worth it. Spending jewels or spending money just to pass one or two of these quests is only going to equal, like if you need 12 and 13, that's just 1,000 jewels. I don't really think it's worth spending skills, pulling more, or spending money if you're missing like maybe 1, 2, or 3 of these quests, because in total 1,500, maybe 2,000 jewels you guys are missing out on. That's not really something to go spend 15,000 jewels or money on. Just do what you can. If you can't, then carry on, and that's it. That's all you got to really do. Please keep playing the game for what it can give you, and eventually you'll be able to pass everything. So if you guys do want to go check that out though, and you feel like you want to put money into the game, then go check out Erroneous One's video. He does have it all set up. He shows you a pretty simple setup. And remember, friend medal is key, meaning Warrior of Lights, Lexaeus Plus, all that, something with extra attack, even better to help you with that damage, because Miguel and Dante is going to help you with the counters. You still got to find your own damage. So don't jump the gun and go buying this medal because you think it's going to carry you. It's only going to give you that counter increase so you don't skip any medals like I did on my free-to-play account. So that is pretty much for the Coco event. I wish there was more, but there's not. Sad. Like I said, I wish they were just like some strong hitting 30 multipliers. That would have been nice. Maybe something better in utility, but they're just the bare minimum to be like, here's a collaboration. Coco came out. Come celebrate it. If you guys want to leave anything down below, let me know in the comment section. And if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the like button. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.